Winter arc is stupid. When you hear the phrase winter arc, you probably start thinking about all these toxic motivation Goggins do better videos. But bear with me for a second. What if I told you that this whole concept of winter arc actually has a ton of potential for helping you reach your goals if you approach it correctly? I do want to preface this by saying that this challenge is only ever meant to help you get a better quality of life and improve yourself, not to be judgmental and self-critical and judge yourself for not being good enough as you are. Lately, I've been seeing both guys and girls post this challenge, and it's really inspiring, of course. I also see a lot of people that are bringing themselves down because they have these unrealistic expectations, and especially measuring their success based solely on their appearance, when to me, winter arc is much more than that. This is not what the winter arc is about. When the winter arc is done right, with the right mindset, with the right intention, this can be life-changing. Hello princess, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Karina, aka the Protein Princess. I'm a certified nutritionist and I help people improve their lives around health, fitness, and mindset. Today we are talking about the winter arc and how you can use it to your advantage. If you are new to this phenomenon, the winter arc is a self-improvement trend where individuals set and achieve intense goals during the fall and winter months, typically from October to January, to build discipline and get a head start on their New Year's resolutions. This challenge gives you clear goals as well as a 90-day timeline to keep you organized and focused on your goal. This is also often shared as a journey online with other people at the same time to keep each other accountable and motivate each other, which is also great. Even though this winter arc trend has its benefits, it has also sparked some controversy, with people arguing that it promotes toxic productivity and unrealistic self-improvement goals, which is why you should be careful when approaching this trend. And not to mention, every podcast gym bro typically argues like,
"This winter arc is so stupid. Why lock in only 2 months of the year when you should lock in the whole year?"
Yes, Mr. Buff Guy. Although this is true, not all people are working out and have everything figured out. I believe that this winter arc idea might not be so stupid after all. Maybe, just maybe, it might even be the turning point for someone's fitness journey. So how exactly can we use this challenge to transform our life in 90 days? We do need to have some clear goals when we're doing this. And I know we all want money and being in shape and being able to run a marathon, do 100 pull-ups, push-ups. I get it. But realistically, we just can't do everything. Let me tell you the first secret. One of the secrets of this challenge is to pick goals that are challenging yet realistic. Start by setting yourself 3 to 5 goals. And I know it's hard to choose just a few, especially if you're ambitious and you have so many things you want to do, you want to accomplish big things, and that's great. That's amazing. But we do need to keep it in a few points so it doesn't overly consume us. We do have a life to live as well. Don't get so caught up in your goals that you forget about living and being. One thing where I see a lot of people go wrong is that they only choose physical goals. I think you should focus more on the mental goals. Even though the mental part might seem boring, it might be the most important one. It's actually quite unlikely that you will achieve any of your goals, physical goals, without the mental goals. Once you realize the power of it, you will become unstoppable. Generally, from this trend, I see people posting online, it's hyperfixating on a physique. Huge glutes, huge biceps, whatever it is. It's just hyperfixating on this one specific body part, and that's their winter arc. But if we want to change our lives, we do need to take a deep dive in the mind to understand the way we think and to be able to change the way we think. I mean, realistically, how many times have you taken one of those before pics without the afters? You need to be able to let go of self-criticism and perfection. These are going to ruin you, especially in this challenge. Letting go of this all or nothing mentality is going to help you actually progress in this. If you set yourself a goal that you're gonna run 3 times this week and last week you only did it 2 times, that doesn't mean that the challenge is ruined and there's no reason to keep going. The progress is still there. You just gotta get up and do it again. I love this example of if you dropped your phone on the ground and it cracks, would you throw it in the ground again just to make sure that it breaks more? Or would you pick it up and be more careful next time? Same thing goes for everything that you're trying to improve in your life. Don't be so hard on yourself that you will just give up because you didn't succeed the first time. Keep trying. Over this 3-month period, you will experience times where you lose motivation. How are you going to reach your goals without motivation? There is one thing that you can do from the beginning that will help you stay motivated for longer, and that is choosing your goals as SMART goals. SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So instead of setting your goal as, I'm gonna get fit, you can set yourself a goal of running twice a week, every week for the rest of the year. Being able to do 50 push-ups, whatever it is, by January 1st or February 1st, I don't care. Put a timeline and put a specific number on the goal. Doing this will make it much easier for you to see how long you have left to work on that goal and how fast you're progressing as well. If you are now able to do 3 pull-ups and you want to do 10 by January, you have to keep working. When you have 4, you know, oh, I'm closer to my goal. When you have 5, you're closer. And then you just keep progressing and you see the progress happening instead of just expecting yourself to get in shape. If you're participating in this challenge, I want you to pick 2 mental goals that you will stick to for this time period. For example, reading a self-help book. This is one of my current favorites. It's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I hope I said that right. And it has helped me tremendously with my anxiety and CPTSD. Really helps you bring yourself back to the present moment. It's a great book. Recommend. Another mental goal could be reducing your screen time. I know we all spend way too much time on our phones and it's just not going to bring us any further in the right direction that we want to go, at least not for most people. Set yourself a goal that you're going to be only on your phone from this time to this time or a certain amount of hours. Write it down. Other examples would include journaling, yoga, meditation, or something similar. For the physical goals, you are of course allowed to do whatever you want. But I would love to see you guys put some physical challenges as goals as opposed to just a specific look. So instead of getting abs, maybe doing 10 pull-ups or something along the lines of this. For me, at least, I feel like it's more rewarding when there's a challenge to it rather than just a specific look you're trying to obtain. Also, if you were to talk to someone about your goals, how cool would it be to say, I can do 10 pull-ups, rather than,
I grew my glutes by 5 centimeters.
you get me? I also know that a lot of you want to tone up and lose fat, which is okay, but you have to be realistic. Girl, you will not lose 50 kilos in 3 months. In a healthy way, at least. When you are entering a fat loss phase, you should aim for losing 0.5 to 1 kilo per week, max. So for this time frame of 90 days, a realistic goal would be between 10 and 15 kilos. But this is all depending on your starting point. And don't be discouraged by the number on the scale. If you are a beginner especially, and you're in this fat loss phase for the first time in your life, and you're hitting the gym and you're working out, chances are that the scale might stay still for some time, and maybe it might even go up. But in this process, it is very likely that you have gained muscle and lost fat, which isn't really visible on the scale. If you manage to successfully, throughout these 90 days, expend more energy than what you consume, you will lose fat, no matter what the scale says. And the easiest way to do this is to find your maintenance calories, which you can find on any calorie calculator online, and eat under your maintenance. And these are only the suggested numbers for healthy weight loss. There could be slight variations. Some might need to eat more, some might need to eat less, and it's all about you getting to know your body and how your body responds to everything. All the numbers and inputs that you get should be taken with a grain of salt. I would say try for 2 weeks and see how your body responds to the new calories that you're eating. If after 2 weeks of eating what you're supposed to be eating, then if you have gone up or down or stayed the same, adjust your calories accordingly. If you are a complete beginner to this whole calorie tracking thing, I would advise you to learn as much as possible about portion sizes and macros and micros, but that might be for another time. Macros are the most important as of right now, just for this short time period. And also, I would strongly advise you to stop if this becomes a controlling factor in your everyday life or a negative part of your day. If this becomes a controlling part of your everyday life or a negative factor, stop it right away. Find another way to handle this. This can very quickly spiral and become a very unhealthy relationship between you and food and scales and numbers. If you are comfortable though, get into it, queen. The exact number of the deficit that you are looking for will depend very much from person to person, depending on your muscle mass, your activity level, body composition, age. There's so many factors that comes into it, so you just have to try and see how your body responds. Whatever you do, do not try to shortcut this by making your deficit bigger just because you want faster results. Why? This might lead to muscle loss, mood swings, slow metabolism, and faster plateaus. You don't want any of that, so don't try to cheat. If your goal, on the other hand, is to maximize muscle gain, you have the option to eat at your maintenance by hitting your proteins from 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilo of body weight, or you can eat in a surplus. I would probably recommend eating in a surplus if you're trying to maximize your gains. However, do not make the mistake of dirty bulking. Bulking is not an excuse to just eat shit foods. You still have to keep the quality of the food the same and maybe eat mostly of the same foods that you're already eating, just in bigger portions. It just doesn't make sense to go into these extremely aggressive surpluses, especially for women. Maybe it's easier for guys because they have to eat like 6,000 calories in order to hit their surplus. So, but yeah, for us girlies at least, we don't need that. Mostly for men, they don't need that either, but the size of your surplus will matter a lot. Really depends on your starting point again and how experienced you are. Beginner lifters can see bigger amounts of muscle growth than already experienced lifters can. So don't go into the extremes of anything and try it for 2 weeks and then adjust. However, if you're one of those who don't track their calories and don't want to, it's not necessary, and I get it, that's fine. If you don't have a specific goal weight either, that's also okay. What you can do is prioritize eating whole foods and single ingredient foods that will improve your gut microbiome and improve your mood and overall well-being. I really wish they taught this in school, but it's the fact that studies highlight that beneficial bacteria in the gut produce neurotransmitters, most notably serotonin, which about 90% is generated in the gut, which plays a key role in emotional stability and happiness. Isn't that crazy? 90% of your serotonin. Eat crap, feel like crap. Confirmed. Also, switching your mindset from I can't have this, I can't have that, to focusing on adding more nutrient-dense foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins. And of course, occasionally, less nutritious food is fine. I don't really believe in cutting out any foods or drinks except for alcohol. That's me personally though, but you do you. Limiting sugar will also, of course, help you limit these peaks and crashes throughout the day and help you keep stable. And of course, you know me, I'm a protein princess, and a protein princess loves going to the gym. Going to the gym and doing some heavy lifts is arguably one of the best ways to transform your body. However, just going to the gym is not enough. Muscle building comes from lifting weights, nutrition, and recovery. But I have a whole nother video on that topic, so check that out if you want to know more details about that specific part. Progressive overload, structure, and consistency is all you need. If your main goal is to improve your physical fitness, the only thing you really need is some kind of activity in your everyday life. And this could be anything from walking a couple extra 1,000 steps or going from running 2 times a week to 3 times a week or something similar. The key here though is to not do the same thing every week for the 90 days, but increasing the intensity and improving along the journey. That's the essence of this whole thing. We're gonna improve on something. So if you keep doing the same thing every day throughout those 90 days, you're not really gonna improve. Do better. We wanna gradually increase over time. And remember that fitness is not just running. It can be so much more than running. If you hate running, don't run. Or do, if you're that Goggins type of girl. Me personally, I like running sometimes, but not all the time. I also have a little bit of a hip issue, so I try to be more careful with my body. So I love swimming, cycling, or jump rope. Those are my top 3, and I do those every day. But if you do hate running and you do hate swimming and you want to do that every day, it's not going to be consistent because you're not going to want to do it. And then you're going to disappoint yourself because you didn't do the thing that you said that you wanted to do. Choose an activity that is fun or at least tolerable. And the little life hack for my girlies, you can use Just Dance on your computer or on your TV screen. When you have established your clear goals on your mental goals and your physical goals, and you have started this journey and you're getting into it, you're maybe 1 month in and motivation is kind of starting to fall off. Remember your why. When doing a challenge like this or anything in your life that you want to improve on, it is so easy to get caught up in numbers and progress and all of this, but then you forget the main reason why you started. Remember your why. If you can remember your why, this is gonna help you drive so much motivation. You should be doing this for you. You deserve a good life. Treat yourself with respect. And the highest level of respect is self-discipline. Prove it to yourself that you can be a better version of you. If you guys are planning to take part in the challenge, or you already have, please let me know down below so we can share our goals and hold each other accountable. I love to see how you guys are doing. I will be leaving my personal goals in the description so you can take inspiration if you want. And that will be it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends. It makes me so happy. Thank you so much for watching my video, and hopefully I'll see you in my next.